man, I met you on this right here about 5 or 6 years ago
Yes,
when
sir.
you just signed, I think, with Matchroom.
Yep, I was 18 years old.
18, man. How's the journey been so far?
It's been amazing, man. From thinking back from when I was 18 and I was sitting here, I feel like here it was the first time where I felt like I got a lot of love from the fans. Like everyone was screaming my name. People were asking me for pictures. And as an 18-year-old kid who's starting off his career, it's kind of like mind-blowing. It meant a lot for me at the time. And it kind of prepared me for what's to come. And since then, it's been an amazing journey. Now 23-0. Back here this time, co-main event. The last time it was under Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas, two guys who I grew up admiring. So to now be back and sharing the stage with Jesse Bam Rodriguez, who's a pound for pound one of the best fighters in my era. So it's just amazing. Gonna keep climbing the ranks, gonna keep building my name, and hopefully become world champion soon.
I was just talking to your trainer, Jose Benavides, who I've known for many years. And he's ready for you to get into an interim title or even a world title. How does that make you feel?
Amazing. I feel I'm ready as well. Whoever it is, anyone in the division. I feel I could beat. So I feel I'm ready for anyone. Of course, right now I'm locked in on Trevor McCumby. This is my task ahead. And but after that, we're looking for big fights. Definitely, like he said, some interim titles or something nice like
Billy
that.
Or something like that.
Exactly, and Billy, Munguia, Berlanga, those type of names.
Yeah, I heard you mention Canelo, your WBO #1. Has there been any chatter? Eddie obviously has that relationship with Canelo.
Yeah. Eddie Hearn, I've been on the phone with him a couple of times, and he's mentioned some things where we can activate that mandatory. So right now, like we know, Canelo is booked out already for he's just had to fight with Skull. Now he's booked out for Crawford. So we're kind of just staying focused, doing our thing and letting him take care of his business. And whenever that time comes for that fight, I'll be ready, But like I said, if we can't get that Canelo fight, then there's a lot of other big fights that we can make as well.
Crawford, Canelo, you mentioned it. How do you see that fight playing out?
Great fight, man. Two hell of a fighters. I feel if anyone has the edge, it'd be Canelo because of the size, but again, Crawford is really fast and elusive and can move, can box. A lot of experience, man, so it's really hard, man. I'm excited to watch that fight. I haven't been this excited for a fight in a while.
Now, you got Jamal Charlo coming back into the mix, into the picture. What were your thoughts on that?
What weight do you think he's coming at?
I would assume 168, but I don't know.
Hopefully 168, man. We need some big stars in this division. I feel like there's a lot of young fighters coming up, and the older ones are kind of moving up or retiring. So it'd be great to have a name like Charlo, back in the division for sure.
Yeah. Entertainment, if nothing else.
Oh yeah, man. He's a hell of a fighter. Another fighter I grew up admiring as well. So to one day be able to share the ring with him would be a dream come true for me.
Now, I'm sure you've gotten a lot of education working with Jose and his son David, and maybe even Jose.
David Jr., yeah.
What has it been like being in the ring with those guys and just in learning?
Oh man, it's been amazing. These guys have a lot of experience. They've both had unique roads to becoming world champions, and mine would be different as well. But we all work for the same goals, so they did it, and now they're guiding me to get there, and they tell me all the time that I'm on the right track. I'm doing everything right, so now I just gotta stay focused and be patient.
What is it, you've been on this journey now since 18, like you said?
17.
Yeah. So you go from a kid with all this potential, amateur, all the awards and stuff, and now you're almost fighting for a world title. Do you feel like you're still getting better or even close to your potential?
Definitely still getting better. I just turned 24, so I feel like my man strength is coming in now. I don't feel like that kid anymore. I feel like a man, especially after having my baby. I feel like that really aged me, and turned me into a man. So I'm excited, man. Like you said, from 17 to now 24, 23-0. And just hungry, man, and ready to take on whoever they put in front of me.
Do you feel like, 168, where do you think you'll end up at? Now you see David going up, maybe even a 190 fighting Zurdo. Do you feel like you'll end up at that point with your size? And
Potentially, for sure, man. Like I told you, I just turned 24. I walk around like 185. So definitely could move up in the future. I feel like a few more years I get a little bigger and definitely have to move up because I'm not the type of guy who likes to struggle to make weight. Once it's getting a little, I move up. It is what it is. I started off my career at 160, and then I was walking around 178. So I'm like, I can't cut this much no more. I need to move to 68. I don't like to cut weight. I like to stay there, where I'm at.
And you feel strong and you feel good?
Great. I feel amazing. I feel better. I like to not have to wear saunas and stuff during fight week, and I'll be good.
You're probably the only one in boxing.
Yeah.
What should we expect July 19th here in Frisco, Texas?
I expect another great show from DP, man. Do what I do and just take care of business and be one step closer to becoming a world champion.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Good luck.